Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And wow, life is getting so complicated. I came down here, and it's been half an hour, and I was hearing what I think is China radio on 7.290. And I kind of confirmed it by going to this website here. This is short-wave.info, and put in 7290 on now, and there it is, China radio. And it says that it should be getting a pretty strong signal. I think the reason it's saying that is because the gray line is coming up. There's the gray line. So I was going to do a video of listening to 7290 on my SDR versus Big Bertha. And I was setting up, and all of a sudden and I'll show it to you, on SDR Uno, that's connected to my RSPDX, and I'm using my Megaloop antenna, the audio disappeared. And I'm like, what happened to the audio? So I was trying different functions and I tried a YouTube channel to see if I could hear that. I could barely hear that. And I'm like, what is going on? Well, one thing is the speakers I'm using on this particular computer are quite old, and they even got an AC hum in them. And I need to replace them. But anyway, I could turn the volume up manually on the speakers themselves, and I got a strong AC hum, so they were working. And I'm like, what's going on? So I tried rebooting the computer, and it got stuck in reboot. And I got an error message that said something to the effect, we're having problems restarting your computer. We're going to collect some data, stand by. And so I waited for about 3 minutes, and then it finally cycled back up. Got back into the program, SDR Uno, still no audio. And I'm like, okay, did those speakers just all of a sudden quit because of the cooler weather? And I thought, maybe it's the connection in the back of the computer. So I slid the computer out, which is not that easy to do, and I started jiggling all the cables, and sure enough, the audio came back. So what's happened is, with the cold weather, the connection for the audio port has become intermittent. And it's probably because it's out here in my workshop with plenty of moisture. It probably needs to be cleaned. But anyway, I jiggled it, I probably got it worked in, and I slid the computer back the first time, and it disconnected, pulled it out again, jiggled it, got audio, pushed it back in. So for now it's working, but so much time has elapsed that now China radio, which was weak at best, now is almost gone. Let me turn the audio back up, see if we can hear anything. Yeah, we can hear a little bit. Let's zoom in. Out, in, whatever. Zoom in. So you can see the signal is really weak now. See it down the waterfall. It's coming and going, pretty weak. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do my little experiment anyway. So let me shut up for a few minutes or seconds and let you listen to the audio. Pretty weak. So now I'm going to switch over that antenna to Big Bertha and see what we can hear on Big Bertha. So I'm going to switch the antenna, and I'm going to put mute on here, and then I'm going to turn the volume up on Big Bertha. Pretty weak. Of course, we got a lot of variables. We got the switch box, the cheap little antenna switch box. We got different cables going to Big Bertha, and then a different cable with some adapters going to the SDR. So there's lots of variables here. They're close, but they're weak. It's weak. We switch back to the SDR. You can see it come in there. Very weak. Like I say, I messed around so long with trying to get the audio back on this computer that now conditions have changed. We can go back to short-wave.info and I'll refresh to see where the grayscale is. Oh, come on. Now we're giving me more problems. There we go. So here is the grayscale. The gray line right here. I'm on that green dot right there approximately. So it's moving away from China, of course, and moving towards me. Now what will happen theoretically is I'll start getting stations in this area as that gray line moves over, like Radio Romania may come in. So that's what I'm doing. The solar flux index, I think, is pretty bad. I think it's in the 80s. I don't have a link to that. Let me just type in solar flux index. This is updated one. Yeah, as you can see, overall, this is the number of sunspots. It's increasing. So we're getting up on this curve here. Of course, this is like 2022, 24. That's a long ways away. If I come down here, I think the solar flux, yeah, there's the solar flux. So we're actually riding above the predicted curve. That's good. Now, what I want to find, I want to find a website, and I haven't bookmarked these, unfortunately, of one that shows, I know what I'm looking for. This one, yeah. This actually shows the numbers. So here's the number. Solar flux index is 88. About a week or two ago, it was in the hundreds, which is what we wanted, above 100. And you can see the solar flux index for cycle 25, which is what we're on. The high was 112. So it's gotten up as high as 112. That was back in the end of October, a couple weeks ago. So things are improving. I basically kind of sample one, maybe I should do some more samples, showed that considering all the, now the signal seems to be a little stronger. That line's a little darker. Let's see what it sounds like. No. Okay, we have a, see, you can see some signals that are starting to come in. One of them is probably Radio Romania. Let's try this one here. $73.25. Let's look that up real quick. They're playing music, so let's mute, even though we can't understand it very well. 73.25, I think it was. Oop, up this way. 73. 73.25, I think is what it was. I'll double check that in a minute. And there is, that's back in China again. Is that really what I had? Open this up. Yeah, 73.3. So that's in China also, theoretically. Let's turn it back on and see exactly what we can here. Looks to be a little stronger. Turn the volume up. Oh, jammer. I think that's a jammer. That's loud. Loud. No, we don't need to listen to that. So I think, I could be wrong, I think that might be a jammer trying to jam that transmission. Let's listen to 7325 on Big Bertha. So let's switch the antenna back over to Big Bertha. Turn the volume back up. 73. Yeah, it's a little stronger. Okay, I'm really looking for, let's, let me minimize that. And let's go, whoops, not that. Let's go up here and use, the thing here is, oh, I know a better way. I was going to say, the thing here is you have to choose either any station or any language. You can't choose both. So another way of doing it is using this, which is a neat feature, and pick a band. So we're down here on this band right now. So let's just pick that band and see what's could be on. And we'll go down and look at the listing. Oh boy. Look at all the things that could be on. Wow. And then of course scrolls down and be even beyond that. All right, now what we can do is we can go up here and click on this little star here, diamond, and it will sort it by signal strength. So here we got WHRI and SIP, and we got Radio Martini. There's channel radio on a couple of frequencies. Lots of channel radio. And then this is an indication of what the signal strength should be at your location because you set in your location right here. And it's fairly accurate. Trying to see if there is, no. Surprised it's not listing Radio Romania. Okay, another way to get to Radio Romania is to select up here, Radio Romania, wherever it is. There it is right there. And then we'll say in any language now, because they broadcast in Spanish a lot, and then we'll say, what's on now? So we come down here, and there they are. And see, none of them have a good indication of signal strength to me right this moment. But I'm trying to remember, I think it's down here where I've heard it in the morning. Let's just try 5.920. Remember that frequency. 5.920. Yeah, I know there's a faster way of doing this. And what does it show down here? It's a little tiny little signal. Probably can't hear anything. Let's try it. No, I guess it's too early, or too late, or just the wrong time of the day. I'm going to try Big Bertha real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. 5.920. Switch the antenna over. Oh, that's one problem. I had the antenna still on Big Bertha. Let's switch it back to the SDR. Oh, we get a little bit stronger signal. Let's see what we hear now. Yeah, nothing. There is a strong signal over here. Oh, Overcomer. Yeah, that's in Tennessee, I believe. Okay, that's not very exciting. Okay, I'm going to call it quits here. I tried. Unfortunately, I had that audio problem, and that the window that I was, time-wise, that I was shooting for kind of passed me up. But I really am confused. No, that's not the right term. What's the term I'm looking for? I can't really decide whether I like right now to use an SDR or to use an analog radio like Big Bertha. Kind of mixed emotions about either one. I like the visuals using an SDR and using your computer, but I'm also old school and like turning the knob. I don't know. What do you think? Are you analog, or I call it digital, meaning SDR? What is your preference right today? Yeah, analog or SDR? If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. That tells me I'm doing shows that you're interested in. And you have to subscribe. Please subscribe. Have a great day. Bye-bye.